I thought I caught my girlfriend cheating. The truth was way worse. I thought my girlfriend was cheating on me. I was wrong. What I discovered instead completely destroyed my trust, not just in her, but in everyone around me. My name is Alex. I'm 30 years old, and until a few months ago, I genuinely believed I was in a healthy, stable relationship. I had been dating my girlfriend, Sophie, for almost 4 years. We lived together, talked about marriage, and casually mentioned kids someday. Nothing felt rushed, but everything felt solid, comfortable, safe. At least that's what I thought. Sophie and I met through mutual friends. She was warm, charming, and incredibly good at making people feel understood. Our relationship wasn't dramatic. We didn't fight much. We trusted each other, which is why the first red flag didn't feel like a red flag at all. She started guarding her phone. Nothing obvious, just small things. Turning the screen away, taking calls in another room, smiling at messages she wouldn't explain. I told myself I was being paranoid. I didn't want to be that guy. Then one night, she fell asleep before me, which almost never happened. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I glanced at it. A message preview popped up from a contact named L. It said, "I can't stop thinking about last night." My stomach dropped. I didn't unlock her phone. I didn't wake her up. I just lay there staring at the ceiling, replaying that sentence over and over again. The next few days were torture. She worked late, had sudden plans, started caring more about how she looked. New clothes, new perfume. Every instinct in my body told me something was wrong. So I did something I never thought I would do. I checked her laptop. Her messages were synced. At first, I thought I'd misunderstood. There wasn't just one conversation. There were many. Flirty messages, emotional messages, explicit ones, different names, different timelines. And that's when the first twist hit me. This wasn't a recent thing. Some of these conversations went back years. Some overlapped with the very beginning of our relationship. Sophie hadn't cheated once. She had cheated repeatedly, on and off, for almost the entire time we were together. Different men, different phases, different excuses. I felt sick. But what really broke me was realizing that I recognized some of the names. One was Mark, her work friend she told me not to worry about. Another was Ethan. Ethan wasn't just anyone. Ethan was my friend. We'd known each other for years. We drank together, talked about life. He'd been in my apartment countless times. I confronted Sophie that same night. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just asked one question. How long has this been happening? She didn't deny it. She cried, said she never planned for it to happen, said she loved me, said it didn't mean anything. Then she said something that still messes with my head. You were always so stable. Too stable. She told me she needed validation, that I made her feel safe, but they made her feel wanted. She begged me not to tell anyone, asked me to work through it, to go to therapy, and for a brief, humiliating moment, I considered it. Before making any decision, I confronted Ethan. At first, he claimed he didn't know Sophie and I were still together. Then he slipped. He mentioned things only someone deeply involved would know. That's when I realized the second twist. He knew. He always knew. He admitted Sophie told him I was emotionally distant, that we were basically over, that it was complicated. He said he felt guilty, but not guilty enough to stop. And then he said something that made my blood run cold. He wasn't the only friend. There were 2 others. Guys I had trusted, guys I had defended, guys who smiled at me while sleeping with my girlfriend. Suddenly, the betrayal wasn't just romantic. It was social, emotional, complete. I felt stupid, exposed. Like my entire life had been a performance everyone else was in on. When I confronted Sophie again, she didn't deny it. She said she never thought I'd find out everything. She said she compartmentalized it, that she loved me in one box and lived a different life in another. I moved out that week. That's when the final, unexpected twist happened. A few days after I left, Sophie showed up at my place crying. She told me she was pregnant, and she wasn't sure who the father was. I didn't feel anger. I felt empty. I told her I couldn't be part of it, that she needed to figure it out without me. She called me heartless. Mutual friends took sides. Some said I should stay. That people make mistakes. That relationships are complicated. Others stopped talking to me entirely. It's been months now. I don't talk to Sophie. I don't talk to those friends. I've rebuilt my life quietly. But some nights, I still wonder how long it would have gone on if I hadn't looked at that phone. So now I'm asking you, was I wrong for walking away completely? Or was leaving the only self-respecting choice I had? What would you have done?